tool bench is a little messy. I've been working on lots of projects. A lot have failed, but what I'm going to try and show you guys today is how to do a quick and easy lift on your SCX-10, or at least the way I've done it. Now, my motor is currently fried because I put it through a lot of torque, so I'm probably either going to get a 35 turn or a 55. But, so normally the mounts, or the shock, is mounted up here. And you can tell that right there the hole is obviously, you can tell where I've had mine and it's rubbed. But I'm like, I wonder how I can lift this. So first off, I tried it upside down, but that just gave it way too much lift, and the frame itself couldn't handle it. So I'm like, shook my head a little bit. How do they lift kit other trucks like this? So I'm like, wait a minute. This screw for the shock fits into this hole here for the cross member in the frame, and for the shock tower, and for the body pin. So what I decided to do is just test her out like that and give her a shot there, which worked okay, but then it kind of started to bind up here in the drive shaft. So what I did is beautiful Axial gave me extra parts, which I absolutely love. So in the parts bag, I found links. Well, these links are not the same size as the old links. Right there. Try and line them up. There's a slight difference in them. They are lined up. There's a very slight difference in them. So it doesn't make that big of a deal, but it still helps and still changes stuff. And what that's going to do is that's going to keep the axle from being so sharp angled here, and it's going to actually rotate it up in, keeping this here the same, keeping this one the same, and just rotating this is going to free up a lot of this axle bind and grind right here. So I'm going to try and see if I can do it all in about a shot, but I might end up having to splice stuff together because it's kind of hard to do stuff with it. Now the one thing I will say is if you are gonna have to either use or get your own ball joints, I think is what Axial wants to call these things. Yeah, focus. There we go. No. Right there. No, stop it. Anyway, so these things here, I don't know, I didn't find them in my parts bag, but they might be in there, new ones, but the old ones are fine. They just had a screw in them, and they still work alright. So, but the one issue I did have is, I don't know how I'm going to do this one-handed, is when you pop, there we go, is when you pop it out, it likes to rock it out. So you have to be very careful in how you do this. There we go. Because you don't want it to shoot everywhere like I found out, but then again you don't want it to go, alright, it's going to shoot, but you want to try and pop it out of there using pliers and making sure that it doesn't. There we go. Okay, so this one didn't shoot out of there, but the other ones have. Now these links are perfectly fine for me, so I'm going to put them over here in the extra parts. They're perfectly fine if I want to go back to stock, if I want to go back to the original. I saved them all so I can do that with them. If I want to take the lift out of it, I would. I don't know. I might have to put these back if I want to take the lift out, because I don't know about this drive shaft angle here. Might be putting too much stress on the yoke or the connector. It depends on what you want to call it. I don't know if they're called yokes still in RC. I know they're called yokes in big trucks, like 1-to-1 scale stuff. Well, oh well. There we go. I popped mine in with my finger. I had to use pliers before, but this one managed to go in with the finger. So then all you do And I'm only doing this for one side because you can do the same for this side and the same for the rear. I'm not too sure about this other link here. I might end up changing this, might end up taking it out, doing something with it. I'm not too sure, but I'll have to figure out what I'm going to do. But I'm just going to show you guys on this side, and then you can do it to the others if you want. Just pop that in, put your screw back in, and make sure you're using the same one that came out of that hole, because I had a little issue with that on the back side and I used the wrong screw. Just want to make sure it's going in. Yep. There we go. Now, well, okay then. I just pushed the wrong button. Alrighty. Whatever. Just redo this. So I'm still screwing this all the way in. Now this one didn't actually have a nut on it. It just screws all the way in and goes in there somewhere and disappears. Don't know where it goes because there's another screw that's the same length on the other side. So not quite sure where they disappear to, but they disappear. Alrighty, so like third try at doing this. First time I shut the iPod off, then it shut itself off because it yelled at me because it didn't have space. So anyway, I'm going to try and do this. Now this is where it's going to get tricky because I just saw Medic try and do a shock upgrade video on his Hilux, I think it was. So, and he's right, when there's tension, it's hard to get some of these screws to stay in place and stuff like that. What, cat? What do you want? Fluffy? So you just turn it in, and get her perfect, get her positioned the way you want. And then now, I don't know if I'm actually going to be able to do this, because when I did the back one, I had these both undone so I could rotate it. But I'm not too sure that I'm going to be able to put this in and rotate that and do that at the same time. Actually, what I can do is I'll just undo this one, this side here. I'll just undo this side, so that way I can pop that out and rotate her back so that it works. But anyway, so the reason that you might want to, some of the reasons you might want to lift kit your truck is to put bigger tires on, or to give it that look that you might want for a mud bogger. I don't know how my truck's going to do hill climbing with lifted, because like even traversing, side hilling, whatever you want to call it, on hills can be pretty dangerous. A, because it'll roll because of the high center balance. But since I put metal BBs in my tires, I think I should be alright. So we will, once I get this motor, now I've been calling Axial for 3 weeks straight, and I've gotten the busy line every single time. So I don't know if they're just that busy or what, but I've gotten I've gotten busy lines every time. They always want me to hold. I'm like, no, I don't want to hold. Alright, well, we might be able to do this. Find what I'm working on. I don't know. I might need 2 hands for this. Come on. Alright. I'm going to have to 2-hand this, so I obviously am going to have to edit some of this, but alrighty, well, I'll get that in and get her fastened down and explain to you guys what I did. Just to help you guys out and tell you about how much time that took. The second I put the camera down, 30 seconds. That was it. I just had to pull these 2 pieces apart. I actually grabbed the shock and pulled these apart so that those would come apart, slipped that in, screwed the screw in, put the nut on, and 30 seconds and I was good. Now the only thing is if you'll notice, it's kind of crooked. Now, since I've only done the back, and the back has a true 4-link system, and this has a 4 coming into 1 at the front, so it's 4-link in the back, but 3-link at the front. If you guys have, yeah, there you go, you can see that there. So I don't know how well that's going to take up, because I think I had some strippage issues with it. Like, it was stripping on me, so I couldn't really do much, so I had to put a washer on there, help that. I don't know how that's going to turn out, but if you guys are big into RC or just getting into it, DJ Medic, his YouTube channel is DJ Medic 2008, and DJ Medic is spelled the same way it's pronounced, and then he's a really great guy to watch videos of, get ideas from, and him and his wife do it. So, and then another guy that I've recently found and really like him is Leprechaun 97, I think. If you guys are interested in him, I actually subscribe to him. I don't know if, I think you guys might be able to check it, see that, but Leprechaun 97, he's a good one. DJ Medic actually helped him out with the first couple starting phases of YouTube and all that, YouTube and RC. So he's a good one as well. A lot of they do a lot of running videos, but they also do some build videos. DJ Medic does about half and half of both. Does some builds, some running. Just depends on the day. They're all really great guys, and if you guys are interested, I would definitely check out their channels and subscribe to them and subscribe to me, because I actually want to get a 16th slash. I want to get brushless, but brushless is no longer on the Traxxas website. So I'm going to have to try and figure out what's going on with that and see if they're no longer offering it, if they're just doing brushless. But I'm going to have to, I don't know, I'm going to have to check on that, because I really did like I like the 10th scale slashes too, but they're just really expensive, and after this summer, when I work my job this summer, I'll actually have enough to get a 10th scale slash. But just a little update for you guys. I know it's been a while. We took a trip to Florida with the band. Couldn't bring the RC because it was for band and there was no time, and we actually got our bags searched more than on an airplane. Like, there was like 3 or 4 sets of drug dogs, one that could do tobacco products, the other one that could do bombs, and oh, it was crazy. You like couldn't bring anything metal or anything like that. It was nutso. They went way overboard with everything. But so, alrighty guys, that's just a little update for me. Hope you guys liked it. Hope you guys subscribe and check out those other channels I talked about. Alrighty, now here's the SCX-10 fully lifted. Now the only thing I'm kind of interested in is to see how it turns right now. Actually, oh no, my transmitter's not down here, but to see how this steers with it being clocked down slightly. But here it is, lifted. Got about another hand up in there. So we got a ton of area, space up in here. But this here is still as low to the ground as it was before. Now if you put 2 2s on it, if you put 2 2s on it, that's obviously gonna bring this up and create more space in there. But the higher you get this, the higher center of gravity. Like, see, I'll do a center of gravity check. Higher center of gravity, like right there is where the truck starts to want to roll over. Which, I mean, that's actually pretty good, but I don't think a normal truck would do that, because I got weights in all of my tires. So I got weights, so I don't think it'd do that, but I don't know, maybe side hilling's easier. like I say, I got a shot motor, so I got nothing. I got 2 other shot motors right here. This one, and then this one. All axials, all 27 turns. I might try and see if this one works, because this one's actually not been used a whole lot. I don't know why it's shot, but it's not been used a whole lot. So I might try this one. So that one's shot. Those 2 are shot. My next thing is either to get dual motors or a 55 turn or a 35 turn. Not sure which way I want to go yet. Haven't been to the local hobby shop yet. Haven't gotten stuff like that yet. But actually, he might have, I'm just thinking my local hobby shop might actually have some, wow, that's tight. My local hobby shop might actually have some, Traxxas 16th scale with brushless. That's tight. I wonder if there's any way I can get that less. That's really tight in there. It's binding up on me pretty good. See, that one's beautiful. This one, not so much. Not unless... Well, let me see if it's actually hit. If it's hitting there. If it's hitting right there, then it's not going to, but... I don't know. I'll have to see. Figure it all out. Fix her up. Make her look pretty. But... yeah, cause see, that's really clocked up there. That's almost straight up in the air, and that's hardly at all. So I might have to try and clock that a little more. Maybe give this a little more outward angle. But alrighty, guys. Thanks for watching.